Remember that time you strolled down Main Street USA?
Today we are talking about Main Street USA.
There is probably no part of Disney that resonates more with my childhood and how I think of Disney World than Main Street USA.
I am a Main Street man, okay? I'm a Main Street man.
I'm walking right down the middle of Main Street USA. It's my Mary Poppins hat. I couldn't find my Main Street hat, but it's fine.
It's pretty important. You could say Main Street USA is the most important land in Magic Kingdom and Disneyland.
There is Main Street USA in almost every single Disney park in the world. Tokyo and Shanghai's, they're a little bit different.
It is not only the entrance, it not only creates a dramatic reveal for Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty Castle.
Some call it the runway of Magic Kingdom, where fun and magic take off.
It also recreates elements of the town where Walt Disney and Roy Disney grew up, Marceline, Missouri.
But ironically, that's where he lived like the shortest amount of his life. Walt Disney's family moved around a lot because, you know, money and depressions and poverty, and they didn't have a lot of money at all. So they moved around a lot.
All right, Walt Disney has an actually pretty solid quote about Main Street, and I'm going to do my best Walt impression. It's going to be terrible. Although, nope.
And in Marceline, they owned this farm. They tried to make it work. It didn't end up working, so his dad sold it, and then they left.
For those of us who remember the carefree time it I can't do it.
But it made like such an impact on Walt Disney that he obviously made the entrance to his theme parks based off of this, you know, this place in this town, and he loved it. It was his childhood. It was like quintessentially America.
For those of us who remember the carefree time it recreates, Main Street will bring back happy memories. For younger visitors, it is an adventure in turning back the calendar to the days of their grandfather's youth. That was awful.
It's hard to say what my favorite part of Main Street is. There's so many. I would probably say the confectionery. That is definitely because of childhood. Definitely a nostalgia factor there.
A ragtime pianist who plays in front of Casey's Corner. Oh, man, can those people play.
I really love the little side street. When you're going up Main Street towards the castle, on the right there's a little side street, and on that side street there's like a really cool Easter egg where you can like hear singing lessons going on, like a choral situation happening, and that's where you can get silhouettes done. And I think getting the silhouettes done is super cool. It's like $10 for a silhouette. It's a super cheap, customized souvenir that makes you feel like you're in the Darling family from Peter Pan.
So there are lots of things to look out for at Main Street. There's going to be some names of famous Imagineers on some of the windows.
That's right, you're talking Disney legends all over that street. They line the street, and you know, the most important one is there twice, and guess who that is? You're right, Mr. Walt Disney.
Walt has two. This is actually my favorite hidden detail on Main Street, is that when you're walking into Magic Kingdom, Walt's window is above the train station, so it's the first window you see when you're walking in, and he also has a window above Plaza Ice Cream Parlor, so it's the first window you see when you're leaving, which I think is super cool.
If you could redesign or retheme Main Street, how would you do it? Leave Main Street alone! We do not need to redesign. We do not need to retheme it. It is great the way it is.
I think I would tailor it to that specific location where the park is. Like how Tokyo and Shanghai's is a little bit different. That's probably what I would do.
Not everything needs to be redesigned.
I would never redesign or retheme Main Street. That's ridiculous. Never.
Let it be.
You know what? I could be okay. Listen, we're going ham. This is big budget. Bob Chapek would tell me no on this one, but I'm going big on how we're retheming Main Street. Main Street, we're bulldozing it. It's gone. Instead of small town America vibes, we're going enchanted wood vibes. You enter through an enchanted wood, you pass by some cottages, and that's like the gift shops. And it's got a little bit of like 100-acre wood vibes. So they have like Winnie the Pooh and Friends like meet and greets as you go down, and then the canopy of trees opens up as you get a little further down to reveal Cinderella Castle.
Stop trying to change Disney. Let it be. Just let it be.
That's time period appropriate. It has Walt Disney history. And maybe Walt obviously loved his childhood.
Now, though Main Street USA has no rides, it does have attractions.
Okay, the attractions of Main Street are popcorn.
Do you like having fun? If the answer is yes, I think you should ride the omnibus. It's a little tiny bus. It just drives. It drives down Main Street and it lets you off at the castle. It's like, here we go. You want to go to the castle? I'll take you.
Photo Pass is an attraction. I love standing in that line and getting on my favorite ride, which is pictures.
You can meet Mickey and Minnie. You can sometimes meet Snow White. Main Street vehicles. You can see a lot of entertainment, but that's not an attraction. Oh, the Walt Disney World Railroad, when it's back, will be an attraction on Main Street.
The Walt Disney World Railroad is the trains, there's multiple, trains that go around Walt Disney World.
Circles you around the entire park. There are a couple stops along the way. It's a fun way to get from point A to point B, but also there's a lot of history involved there because Walt Disney, he loved trains.
Railroads in general were Walt's favorite thing on the planet, okay? He had one in his backyard, and when he was building Disneyland, it was no surprise that there would be a train running all around it.
In my entire time, in my years with AllEars, there's no question that we have gotten asked more than when will the Walt Disney World Railroad reopen.
Dear Disney World, or to whom this may concern, whoever is in charge of the Disney World Railroad.
Bob's, Mickey, Walt, whoever it is.
Please reopen the railroad, because frankly, at this point, I'm wasting away.
There are now currently 4-year-olds, maybe potentially 4 to 5-year-olds, who have never been on the Walt Disney World Railroad. That is a crime.
I agree. I would like it to reopen. Please, Disney. I know that it's not reopened because of Tron, but let's get our butts moving on Tron so that we can not only have Tron but also the railroad.
Meet Mickey and Minnie at Town Square Theater. That is something that you can do when you wait for an hour to see Mickey and Minnie. You go in there and say, hey!
It used to just be Mickey, but women's rights. Minnie, we see you, girl. Over there being captains of ships, okay? And just, doing your thing. It's about time. The future is female.
Right now, they are dressed in their 50th anniversary costumes, which are the iridescent costumes there. It's possible that they will switch to their new platinum 100th anniversary, because it's the 50th anniversary of Disney World, but the 100th anniversary of Disney, period, the Walt Disney Company. So they could switch their platinum outfits there.
If I were to put a ride at Main Street, I'd probably attach it to Tony's, which is the Lady and the Tramp themed restaurant. And I would make it like a Lady and the Tramp themed ride.
I would want it to be a dark ride that you sit in, almost like E.T. at Universal. You sit on a little bike and it drives you around, but basically it's just you going on Walt Disney's paper route with him when he was a kid. That was like miles and miles long that he had to go at like 4 a.m.
It would have to be like a tour of some kind. Like it would have to be like a tram tour situation maybe.
And I'd want you could get points if you hit certain things with your paper. That's what I would want.
An old-fashioned roller coaster, okay? White wooden coaster.
Let's do some paper routes. It wouldn't be popular. And I fully understand that. But that's what I'd ask for.
Casey's Corner is probably my favorite place to eat on Main Street. So good. There are a lot of great food options on Main Street. You've got Casey's Corner.
There's Tony's Town Square Restaurant, which is an Italian restaurant based on Lady and the Tramp.
Main Street Bakery.
The Confectionery.
Crystal Palace.
Plaza Restaurant. Plaza Ice Cream, which is the ice cream parlor in view of the castle.
Tony's Times Square is an Italian-themed restaurant. It's literally the first restaurant you see when you walk into the parks.
I also think it's really interesting to have an Italian restaurant right as you walk into the park. You're like, all right, you're in for a day of heat and walking. Here's some red sauce and carbs.
It's over by the Mickey Meet and Greet, and it is Italian themed, and it's themed after Tony from Lady and the Tramp.
The place needs some work.
I have never really heard people talk positively about it. I know that you guys on AllEars.net aren't super huge fans.
You know, we love you. If you went away, we'd be sad. But I think your menu just needs an update.
Apparently, it's gotten a little better lately. So perhaps the AllEars team should go do an updated review. Let us know in the comments if you would like to see that.
What can we do to be less like Olive Garden and more like Via Napoli?
If you like sweets, you like treats, you're gonna like the confectionery seats. Nope.
The confectionery I absolutely love. There's nothing like standing on Main Street USA and staring into a bakery case of sweets that are made there.
The confectionery is the place where dreams are made of, okay? It's the Disneyland within Walt Disney World.
You got all the candy and treats and sweets and baked goods and cotton candy and popcorn mixes and candied apples and caramel apples that you can eat.
You got all the cute workers in their cute outfits and they just went through a refurb, so it's even cuter.
The smell alone. I don't care if I'm in the biggest rush of my life to get out of Disney World, Magic Kingdom, I'm walking through the confectionery. It could be the busiest place on earth, and I just want to...
Main Street Bakery always breaks my heart because I do have a lot of nostalgia and miss the days when Main Street Bakery was like a Disney World bakery.
Ha ha ha, I'd love to tell you it's some fabulous little boîte. We go in there and get your delicious house-made breads and pastries. Then you nibble on them and say, this is so good and I can only get this here.
I wish it was fancier. I wish I could tell you they made in-house croissant.
Well, I can't say that, friends. You know why? Because it's a Starbucks! Yeah. They tricked you again. It's a Starbucks.
I mean, especially something as iconic as Main Street, I'm like, yeah, but you could put a Starbucks thing right outside of the park. Like literally right before I get there. Like how they have Joffrey's outside of Epcot. Just put a Starbucks right outside there, I promise you, and then I can walk in. Like I'd feel fine with that. But I struggle having it right inside of Main Street. Whether it's called Main Street Bakery or not, it's Starbucks.
Main Street Bakery is going to have an absolutely enormous line in the mornings. Do not go there. Do not go. I know you might want your Starbucks. I get it. You're going to want your Starbucks.
Love Starbucks though. Big fan.
No. You want Joffrey's in the morning? Go over to the Joffrey's in Tomorrowland is where I personally usually go. It might still have a bit of a line. Absolutely. However, it's not going to be as bad as the Main Street Bakery, which the line is ridiculous.
I love Casey's Corner. Casey's Corner is one of my favorite quick services in Magic Kingdom.
Casey's Corner, I think, is arguably the main quick service.
I really like the hot dogs. They have a plant-based hot dog that's killer. It's like got corn slaw on it. It is so good.
Guess what? Tastes good with my French fries and my soda.
You got to get the mini corn dogs. That is the staple. But here, I'm gonna give you like a fun thing that I do, which makes it just sets it the next level.
You get the corn dog nuggets, you put them in the plastic cheese. It is iconic, okay?
Get some ketchup, get some mayonnaise, then get some pepper. You have your mini corn dogs. Ask for like a little side plate, right? You get your ketchup, you get your mayonnaise, and your pepper, and then take a French fry, you stir it all around. Dip your mini corn dogs in that concoction. I promise you it'll change your life. Even your fries. I love it. Just a fun tip from your friendly friend Sage.
It'd be cool if Mary Poppins came out and tap danced with the penguins.
It's time for the entertainment. My favorite. Live entertainment is important.
Main Street USA has a lot of entertainment because this is like the prime entertainment location.
They have the Dapper Dans. You can actually meet and see characters.
So there are castle shows. So there's the Welcome Show, Let the Magic Begin, and then there's a regular castle show that happens several times a day.
The Dapper Dans are an Apollo singing all-male barbershop harmony quartet.
Made up of some of the best singers in Walt Disney World, singing in the most incredible laser point harmonies.
They are legendary, okay? They are a quartet barbershop singing group that sings old-timey songs, and they do it in perfect harmony. So I did that 3 times just in case you want to split it and then put me all together and not harmonize with myself. Your boy's talented.
They really do lift your spirits. Like, if I walk into Magic Kingdom and it's during a Dapper Dance thing, like, I'm already cheesing because I'm walking into Magic Kingdom, and then it's the Dapper Dance.
What's honestly really cool about the Dapper Dans is that they show up in some strange places. Like, they don't just, like, have a stage, they come out, and they sing, and then they leave. It's very found entertainment, if you will. So, they might be singing to you on the trolley. They might show up in front of the Emporium, which is where you can shop. They might be on the balcony of the Walt Disney World Railroad, all mic'd up and perform to a bunch of people. They just pop up when you least expect it, which is super cool.
The castle show right now is Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair, and it is great. I love this show.
Here's my issue with Friendship Fair, is that there's no conflict. Yay, we're doing this, and yay, we're doing this, and yay, we're doing this, and surprise, now it's Elsa, and now happy, happy, joy, joy.
When Emma, Frybucket, and I had our best day ever in Magic Kingdom, Frybucket made us all watch it, and it was so cute.
To me, it is one of my favorite Disney little sing-alongs because there's so many different characters in it. Tangled, Frozen, Princess and the Frog. Those are just some of my favorite things. And you get to see the Sensational Six. Like, I really love that.
Hope that if they do another castle show after Friendship Fair, that they have some sort of villain representation. They have some sort of conflict, because I think that is what makes a good story and show.
If I could add entertainment to Main Street, it would be bringing Wishes back. Yes, I am still on this. Wishes needs to be brought to Magic Kingdom.
There was a rumor, I think there were even like blueprints regarding this potential plan, and I think it's got to come to fruition. I think that I think you've got to turn Town Square Theater into an actual theater.
Shop? Where can you shop?
I don't know, it's gonna be a quiz. In the stores.
You can shop at the Emporium, the giant store that's on the left-hand side that has everything you need.
I mean, it's a hassle to shop in there because it is always full of bodies. There's just humans everywhere in the Emporium. But they also have a ton of merch. They have so much merch that I was able to find Hannah a Great Mouse Detective pin when I was in there. She loves Great Mouse Detective, and where else in Disney World was I going to be able to hunt down Great Mouse Detective merchandise?
And it's not just the Emporium, like people think, like I sometimes tend to forget. But outside of the Emporium, they have the Disney Clothiers, they have Uptown Jewelers, they have the Main Street Cinema, which is actually currently acting as the 50th collection right now.
It's cool to have a shop full of vintage-looking items. I love to wear the Vault collection. I have a Vault hat right here. Look at this. Like, it's almost as if the Vault collection was designed for me because everything they put out, I love.
There's Crystal Arts,
which is a beautiful shop that has all these crystal things in them that you can buy. Crystal castles and crystal Tinkerbells and crystal cups and hand-blown glass things. And it's all very beautiful and very bougie and very expensive looking. So, of course, I'm in there putting my bid on that giant, gorgeous castle. And I can't wait to one day have it in my home. It's gonna be a glorious day. We'll all have crystal stemware and toast with champagne.
Overall, I love Main Street.
Again, to me, it is just the signaling when you start your Disney World trip to when you end it.
Honestly, it's just my childhood. It's everything I think about when I think of Disney. It's truly magical.
It doesn't have a single ride, which I think really speaks to Disney's storytelling and what like brings the Disney magic. Like, it doesn't have to be these fancy rides. It doesn't have to be the fancy roller coasters or the like crazy good food. Like, the vibe of Main Street is really what like holds it as one of the most popular lands in Magic Kingdom.
I just want to be a part of them. Is there a sign-up sheet? Where do they rehearse? Do you guys like meet in the back of like It's a Small World? I'll go. I'll dance right in the middle of Main Street, USA. Oh, hi. Oh. Oh, have a wonderful day, madam. A tip of the hat. Oh. Say, you're looking rather wonderful today. Yes. Now go watch our episode on 4 rides with no wait in Walt Disney World. It's really good.